Right, Forest fans, Max Newton here, giving you a quick review of Nottingham Forest 2, Tottenham Hotspurs 1. Come on, massive win for the mighty Garibaldi, especially after, probably the first weekend, probably all season, where all the results have gone against us in terms of the top 5, 6 or 7, with Chelsea getting late wins and Man City getting late wins, and we probably wanted Newcastle to beat Villa, but it went the other way. So all of a sudden, Forest have dropped out of the top 5, and we're in 6th place, albeit with a game in hand, and playing against Spurs, who are like famously wobbly dobbly. But just had a big win away in the Euro, whatever, and they've still got some quality players, haven't they? They've still got Jed Spence, and they've still got Maddison and Kulusevski and Van der Ven and Brennan Johnson and Richarlison and Solanke. I mean, Richarlison and Solanke, that's £100 million worth of strikers that they spent on those strikers. Not worth them now, but that's what they spent on them. So, really big game. How would Forest respond to 2 consecutive defeats? 2 really, really different consecutive defeats. One where we were a bit of a shambles for the first 20 minutes and then battered Villa for the rest of the game, and then a really strange game where we just got done in individual duels all over the pitch, in my opinion, by Everton. But we were never going to play. There's a bit of a meltdown on social media, but there's no other team that's set up to play like Everton plays, and certainly none that we've got left to play this season. So we started the game like an absolute fucking train. Absolutely superb. Bang, goal. Elliot Anderson, who I thought was absolutely brilliant throughout the game. He worked like a Trojan. He tackled like beavers. He broke. He scored the goal. He closed down. He took the fouls. Absolutely brilliant, Elliot Anderson. 9 out of 10 performance. Great first goal. Then we scored another goal on what turned out to be a marginal offside decision. Much closer than it looked on the telly. Much closer than, and that's our playmate Postecoglou thought it was. But it was just a portent of things to come when a really lovely worked free kick. And we've seen these quite a few times this season where Forest have tried to cast all the attention down over here, and then we pass it over here, and that's what we did. And we got Elanga on the ball out in space. We got Morgan Gibbs-White blocking whoever it was from getting out to him. Peter ball in from Anthony Elanga, and Chris Wood doing what Chris Wood does really well, which is finding space in the 6-yard box. And that might be going near post or it might be going back post, but very often it's just coming back a little bit and just coming back a little bit and then getting there. And he did his job to absolute perfection and got in between the 2 centre halves and nodded it into the back of the net. And then after that, I thought we played the game how I thought we would play. We sat back, we defended, we tried to close the game down. And then we tried to hit on the break with Elanga and Morgan Gibbs-White. We had a few chances, a few sort of half chances when we nearly did that. But the game became quite loose. And I think when the game has become quite loose, that's not in our favour, because that's in the favour of teams like Spurs. And they were getting a lot of action down the wings. Although, to be fair, I thought in the first half, Nico Williams and Morgan Gibbs-White were dealing with Tells and Jed Spence down one side, and Elliot Anderson and Harry Toffolo were dealing really well down the other side. But there was a lot of crosses going in, and the game looked stretched. It looked dangerous for us. So we made some subs at half time, which I thought we should have done and didn't do in the Everton game. We went to 5 at the back and wing backs, and you know what? It really did close out the game, albeit Matt Sells made a brilliant save. Harry Toffolo made a wonderful goal line clearance. And Spurs scored a goal. Despite that, actually, I thought we were looked a lot more solid second half when we've gone to 5 at the back and wing backs. And and the players that came on, I thought were tremendous. I thought Ryan Yates was brilliant and he did his job. I thought Ramon Sosa was brilliant when he came on with like a minute or two to go. But I thought Taiwo did a really good job of just bullying some of the defenders a bit and causing trouble and getting some runs up. And the last 5 minutes of the game, Forest managed absolutely superbly, particularly by Callum Hudson-Odoi, Taiwo Wanyi, and Ramon Sosa. And I thought were fantastic. My man of the match, I don't know who got it on the telly, but I suspect Elliot Anderson might have got it. But I'm going Harry Toffolo. He's not started a Premier League game all season. He's played, 40 minutes of football all season, something like that. And he came on and it was absolutely tremendous, despite you would think being considerably the weakest link in the team. And what, third, fourth choice fullback. I thought it was absolutely tremendous. Cleared a brilliant clearance off the line. It reminds me of Pierce and Steve Hodge clearances in the late 80s, early 90s, and actually dealt with his winger really, really well. And Forest fans love him. And if you've not heard it yet, check out his interview with BBC Radio Nottingham after the game because it's absolutely superb. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Come on, you Reds. It's on, baby.